Hey, what's going on there, people of the Fog? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Fog Whispers program of 2020. So this program was introduced back in 2019, and I myself had the opportunity to sign up for it, but I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even keep up with the news as much as I do now. And now that I've heard about there being a new opening for it, I thought I'd give my own opportunity to become a Fog Whisperer myself, and hopefully produce, give me the motivation that I need also to create more content for this game and to continuously support it through becoming a Fog Whisperer myself. Um, so, what is the Fog Whispers program? So, I'm going to basically summarize it in my own belief and my own opinion of what it really means to me. So, what the Fog Whispers program pretty much means to me is that it is a way for content creators to continuously support Dead by Daylight as representatives of the game that are basically privileged by Behavior Interactive, giving them these Fog Whisper little, charms and things like that, and it's just a way for the game to continuously stay alive through your favorite content creators. They're constantly publishing news to you. They're constantly publishing any upcoming updates, that kind of stuff. Any additional content. It just helps spread the word around and gets people on board to play the game and continuously support the game. And that's what I think a Fog Whisperer means to me. It's just one way that the game stays alive through us as content creators. So, I've been playing Dead by Daylight myself since the game's release. Honestly, I didn't purchase the game right away because I didn't know if it was just going to be some crappy indie title. Again, I'm going to be really raw with this video, and sorry, Behavior, if you're listening to this, but I'm going to keep it real. So I was unsure if this was going to be a crappy indie title when I had heard about this. I'm a big horror fanatic myself, and so when I saw this Dead by Daylight game, I was like, oh, this looks really interesting. But just so I'm not losing out on money, I'm going to wait about 4 months to a few months, kind of give it some time to marinate and get some updates and some bug fixes, because I think it was in an alpha. No, it was in a beta release, I believe, or a full release at the time. I never gained access to the alpha because I know there was an alpha build at one point. But so I waited about 4 months, and then I picked up the game, and I had a ton of fun with it. After 4 months after release, I thought the game was immediately fun to me. I had actually wished that I grinded a lot more back in the day when they had the first progression system, because obviously you got legacy gear for whatever character that you prestiged all the way to level 3. And unfortunately, I only prestige once on Jake and got his legacy torso, and I really wish I could have gotten the pants and the head for Jake, because he's like my favorite. But if I had known that, I would have grinded a lot more for the game. But yeah, so I didn't actively start making content, Dead by Daylight content in it per se, though, until about 2018. So I've been making content for about 2 years now. By the end of 2018, I started really getting interested in VR chat, if you guys have ever heard of VR chat. So I started making avatar ports for Dead by Daylight over to VR chat so you guys could play with them, and I still do that here and there when I got the free time to do so. And then once 2019 rolled around, that's when my channel really blew up in terms of some kind of popularity. And again, I can't stress this enough. I thank Polyester so much for helping me and giving me the support that I needed to get my channel off of the ground and up somewhere in life. So Polyester, when I did the Ghostface leaks back in like mid 2019. And again, Behavior's probably not going to like this for me saying this, but I had no malicious intent with what I did. I did it only because I love the community and I wanted to share something with the community that I discovered. So I leaked out the developer build for the 3.0 developer build, where it gave you some additional Ghostface stuff and some more leaks to that kind of content. I haven't done anything like that since then, really. I haven't really gotten into the leak scene in quite a while, only because I'm busy with other things that I can't always constantly keep digging in the files, and I don't even know if Behavior likes me doing that kind of stuff anyways, but they've never really gone after anybody for doing it. So and then I also have over 16 hours within the game, so I think that's a fair amount of playtime. I mean, I know that's like nothing compared to people like Polyester that constantly play the game and have like, I think 3,000 to 2,500 plus hours, but I think it's a fair amount of hours that I've put into the game that I think I qualify for a Fog Whisperer type role. However, that opinion varies from other people, so I mean, I'm just giving my 2 cents of how I feel about it. And then I've also created my own little Fog Whisperer icon. If you see in the top right corner of your screen, I created that myself. I'm quite proud of it, even though it took me about 2-3 hours to complete, I think. So that would be like what I've always called that icon, even though if I don't get selected to become a Fog Whisperer, I've always looked at that icon as like a false whisperer, where I actually work for the entity and I always give false information out, or things don't always go my way when I'm on stream. So again, I like to consider myself as the false whisperer, and I'm not a true Fog Whisperer, because the icon looks like the entity is coming out of the survivor's mouth. And so I just kind of make that my own cameo kind of thing for the game, that I actually work for the entity and I don't work for the survivor's benefit. So I'm on the killer side, I guess you can say. So yeah, I mean, even if I don't become a Fog Whisperer, it's like no hard feelings anyways, because in the future I'm not going to be able to do this for very much long anyways. I am becoming a nurse for my career in any way, and so by the time I get into the nursing program come about next fall, I'm not going to have nearly as much time to do anything at all with this channel. And if they want to take that right away from me and, you know, take away my charm, if I become a Fog Whisperer at that point, that's totally fine. No hard feelings, don't care. But it would be cool to at least have the honor to become a Fog Whisperer for the short amount of time that I have, and you know, basically support the game in any way that I still can before those 2 years of school that I have to go through to get into the nursing program. So you know, I've always looked up to this game. I still play it religiously today, even though I do get bored from time to time. It is what it is. When you play a game for so long, you can surely get burnt out, and it wouldn't be the only game that I'm going to be playing. You know, I have a collection of other games that I'm very much into, like Halo. But again, I will definitely be streaming more often if I do become a Fog Whisperer and trying to make more time for it. But I've already promised you guys that I would be making more Dead by Daylight related content as time right now, because I'm not in school currently until about the end of August. So, yeah, I mean, it would be a great honor if I could become a Fog Whisperer. And, you know, you guys should sign up too. If you guys create content for this game too, and you're very religiously passionate about this game, I highly recommend you sign up for this. There is no application, of course. The way that you basically sign up to become a Fog Whisperer is just basically putting in the fog, I believe it is, into the title. So hashtag in the fog, or hashtag in the fog in the description below. Of course, if I'm saying it wrong, I'll basically have an update. You'll see it in the title what it's supposed to be. So you just leave that in the title or the description. They both look at YouTube. They both look at Twitch. And I don't know if they look at Instagram, but I'm sure they look at Twitter. Instagram is not really a platform you can really use Dead by Daylight for too much, unless you make great dank memes like we used to have somebody in our Discord that would do. But yeah, it would be a great honor, and I would be more than welcome to be a part of this and continue to support this game in any way that I can. It's always had its toxicity. I've always just dealt with it, you know. It's just kind of the perk of the game. It's what happens, you know. It's like you can't really fix that, and I don't really care if you do or don't. People are always going to be pissed because, you know, the game always feels unfair at times, which it does, you know. I remember when this game, even with dedicated servers, I still feel like dedicated servers need a little bit of polishing, but they've definitely come a long way since the release of them. The whole latency issue where, like, you jump over a window and you think you've cleared the window, but the killer still hits you from the back, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, I've hated that shit so much. Like, I was like, oh, I cleared that window, I'm good, and then I get hit by the fucking killer, and then I'm just like, man, that's some bullshit. You know, it's had its ups and downs. You know, that's just how game development goes. You know, I'm not kissing up to the boots of behavior here, but you know, I've always been really passionate about this game. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. So any content that's basically off topic from Dead by Daylight is the Death Stain 2.0. She's almost ready for a video. I'm doing last minute cosmetic things and to the car before I showcase her off. I need to wash her too. She's a little bit dirty. But the first Death Stain has been unfortunately sold to an owner that I hope is taking care of her, but it doesn't really sound like it, because it sounds like he's running that car into the ground with every text message that I get, which is unfortunate because I put a lot of love and care into that car, and now I'm probably going to see it into the junkyard within a year from now, which, you know, I'm gonna probably cry when I see the car in there. But yeah, so I'll have a video on the new Death Stain coming up once I get the taillights for it and some more additional things for the rear end. So anyways, guys, hopefully you have a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.